So for the past few days, I've been sitting here wanting to make content for the channel because, look, as fun as editing What If the Elitists Took Over WWE 2021 is, as fun as that is, and that video will be out March 13th, as fun as that is, I want to make videos about stuff that's happening right now because we are a month away from WrestleMania season, and the fact of the matter is, there is straight up nothing happening in WWE right now. Straight up, we are deep in the guts of WrestleMania season. We are a week and a bit away from the Fastlane pay-per-view. And in turn, we're a bit like 4 and a bit weeks away from WrestleMania 37. And right now, what is happening in WWE? Straight up, what is happening? Keep in mind, as I said, we are 1 month away from WrestleMania. This should be like the heart, the crescendo of the big build up to WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania season culminating with these amazing feuds, the build, the storylines. It's WrestleMania season. But what's happening this year? What's happening? SmackDown for the past 5-6 weeks. Yes, it's still an alright to good show, but compared to what it was at the end of 2020, SmackDown's taken a noticeable dip in quality. Part of the reason behind that is this rinse and repeat of just them doing storylines that were basically wrapped up in January. They're just rinse and repeating these storylines, and as a result, we're watching Reigns and Bryan in the main storyline of SmackDown as we get to watch Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan wrestle every week. Roman Reigns, he's still by far the best part of the show and by far the best part of wrestling. But he's feuding with Daniel Bryan. I made a whole video on this. Go check it out. I made the Daniel Bryan problem. Go check that out. So that's like the main event of SmackDown. On Raw, we've got Lashley and the Hurt Business, which is sick. That's stable. I don't need to praise them any more than I already have, okay? Lashley and the Hurt Business, I love what they're doing. But what else is happening on Raw? You've got Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton continuing this, like, this voodoo storyline. Like, I don't even know what they're doing. I think at this point, that feud, it had direction in, like, December. When The Fiend got burned, and they were doing the whole thing with Alexa's Playground, and Orton was burning things, the feud had direction. But then, in 2021, it's been as bona fide heat, compared it to a bit like Rollins versus Mysterio from last year. It's just been going on and on and on. They don't really have much of a direction that you can really tell. They're kind of just doing stuff. Like, they're showing up to Raw each week and going, what weird crap can we do this week to try and pop a headline or get a good viral YouTube video? That's what it feels like they're doing with Bliss and Orton. And most weeks, that's like the main thing they do on Raw. Because, yes, Lashley winning the WWE title was awesome, and I'm genuinely happy he did. But outside of that, like, what else is there on Raw? Because, yeah, Bliss and Orton, they're doing voodoo. Randy Orton's vomiting black blood. Okay, thrilling. But The Fiend's not back. The Fiend's been gone nearly 3 months. I guess they're doing Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I think. Is that the direction they're going? I guess. But even then, they've been feuding since November. So, even that, which is like one of the co-main events of WrestleMania, there's not as much of an investment there. And then you look as far as the rest of the Raw card. You've got Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. Okay, I like Shane McMahon. What he's doing at the moment's a bit weird. He's basically saying that Braun Strowman's dumb, and then saying that Braun Strowman knows nothing. And Braun Strowman's just yelling in a robotic monotone voice, which, speaking of robotic monotone voices, apologies, my voice sounds a bit like dead. I literally woke up like half an hour ago, so forgive me for that one. But nonetheless, Strowman and McMahon, it's, I guess, a match that will appeal to more casuals than most of the matches at WrestleMania. I mean, it's Braun Strowman, it's Shane McMahon. Like, these are two guys who, as far as wrestlers today, even though Shane's not really a wrestler today, but you get my point. As far as people around today, more people know them too and would be interested to see that as far as a casual sense. But, like, the storyline they're going with, just the general build, it's not it. It seriously ain't it. So, like, that's that. And, like what else is happening? Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion, is involved in literally nothing. The Raw Women's Division is dead. SmackDown's Women's Division is having it's Sasha Banks coming out there saying that she's the boss, and Bianca Belair's coming out there saying she's the EST. And Sasha's like, You're not the BEST, I'm the best, not you, Bianca. And now they're teaming up to face Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler at Fastlane for the women's tag titles. Because I guess it's WWE, so thereby, if you're a babyface feud in like a big storyline, you have to try and get the tag titles or something. So, just right across the board, dude, WrestleMania, it's a month away. Like, I don't remember a year ago, I was making videos saying this is the worst road to WrestleMania ever. WWE, the road to WrestleMania is dead. So much is wrong with the road to WrestleMania. I was making videos saying that. But the fact of the matter is, compare a year ago to right now. Yes, a year ago, right at this time, was when the pandemic was really hitting and they had to go to the empty arenas and the WrestleMania build got kicked in the nuts because of it. But you compare that with Undertaker and AJ Styles having a feud, with Brock Lesnar feuding with Drew McIntyre, and like all the stuff they had going on, Cena and Bray Wyatt, you had Goldberg back and people were talking. Compare that to this, where Reigns and Edge, that's going to be awesome, but Edge isn't even on SmackDown at the moment. It's Reigns against a 40-year-old Daniel Bryan with no character momentum, who's booking himself to do 10-minute opening promos on SmackDown. He's butchering the promos. The storyline has no momentum. Everyone knows Reigns is just going to win at Fastlane. So people just don't care. And that's the opposite of what should be happening. As I said, right now, we are, as of me filming this, it's Thursday morning, so Thursday, March 11th, 2021. As of right now, we are literally 1 month away from WrestleMania. And as it stands, the hype train for WrestleMania is abysmal. Like, this is straight up the worst hype I've ever seen for WrestleMania. Fastlane is getting all the build for a pay-per-view that is going to be, in the grand scheme of things, irrelevant. Okay, and really, what this shows you is that WWE is well and truly now deeply entrenched in the Peacock era. And by the Peacock era, I mean they're going to put on whatever show they want for Peacock to get their money from Peacock. They don't care what they do as far as build. They don't care what they do as far as storylines, because at the end of the day, Peacock has 20, 25, maybe upwards of like 30 million like viewers who can see it. Therefore, WWE, they're getting their content on there. The actual Raw, SmackDowns, they don't matter, dude. They don't matter. They're there. I mean, they put on shows, but that's just there to give WWE the money from USA, Fox, NBC, etc. It doesn't matter the quality of the Raw shows, the quality of SmackDown. Like, straight up, at the moment, I'll once again really quickly recap what in WWE is compelling me. I don't know about you. Comment down below what in WWE at the moment is really genuinely captivating you ahead of WrestleMania. For me, I would say Reigns and Edge, but they're hardly feuding. It's Reigns and Bryan. So Reigns and Bryan, I couldn't care less about. So the Roman Reigns stuff, which is supposed to be the best stuff in wrestling, I don't really care about. And then the Lashley stuff, I mean, it's cool, but if Lashley's feuding with The Miz, I don't care as much as I do if Lashley was feuding with a Brock Lesnar, So those are like the main event pictures. Like, the US title is Riddle versus Ali. Okay, like that's wonderful. McIntyre and Sheamus, that's good, I guess. Everything about that. There's a story. It's two legit looking guys beating the crap out of each other. Cool. I can dig it. What else is there? SmackDown, it's Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn being a tag team. Okay, the Street Profits are chasing the Dirty Dogs for the tag titles. Like what is happening? Like, straight up, once again, I'll wrap this up to close the video one last time. We are 1 month away from WrestleMania. Fastlane, this irrelevant dead pay-per-view that maybe outside of a few great matches on the night, no one's going to remember 6 months from now. Okay, the Fastlane pay-per-view is getting all the build, all the attention. WrestleMania is literally a month away. There is hardly anything in WWE that is remotely compelling ahead of WrestleMania. As interesting as it is to see what Bad Bunny does at WrestleMania, I'm not tuning into Raw to desperately find out or watch the Bad Bunny segment. So, that's just the general summary of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and sub. Leave down below. Are you at all invested in WrestleMania? If so, by what? Because literally WrestleMania this year is going to be running off a 3-week build. Because at the moment, they're still building towards Fastlane, which is a joke. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, sub, you know the drill. See ya.